Yassas everybody! It is so great to see you all here again for Meraki TV, where you can see all things Greek. Tonight the kids make delicious Nutella Scrolls, we tour the Acropolis of Athens, pop in to get some early Christmas delights from Sister Sweets, we learn about the fates of ancient Greek mythology, and back by popular request, George shows us his famous Galaktoboureko one more time. To get us all started though, Billy Kotsis visits the Hellenic Art Theatre as they prepare for their brand new comedy Phonazis o Kleftis. Hellenic Art Theatre dates back to 1949 and has a proud history of productions varying from ancient Greek tragedies to local Greek-Australian playwrights, as well as more modern Greek works. Let's find out more.
Thank you very much for having us here today. I've been a fan of Hellenic Art Theatre since I was a kid, and I just want to ask you all, and I know there's some cast members here as well today, I wanted to get a bit of a feel about the history of this place, why you've been involved with Hellenic Art Theatre for such a long time, and why this theatre is so special to Sydney.
Melpo and myself started around about, I won't say exactly how many years, but 55 years maybe, we've been together.
So you're like 10 or something when you started.
Thank you very much, you're a great friend. And we thought we'll continue to bring theatre and improve it. Every production has to have a particular quality about it.
I know with Hellenic Art Theatre you do a lot of workshops with different demographics. So I know that there's been stuff on mental health, correct me if I'm wrong, kids and other different streams as well. How did all that come about?
Well, the kids, the theatre workshops Stavros has been doing for decades. Various children's workshops where the kids have actually performed a play to the public. It's very important because we're getting into these kids, these second, third generation kids at grassroots level. So they don't speak Greek, it's not their native tongue, but through theatre, through play, it gives them some, they familiarise themselves with the language. Theatre helps them so much with their confidence and how to look at someone in the eye when they talk to them, and public speaking and all that.
So we've got the cast, or some of the cast from the next production, which is kicking off in just a few days' time. So they're busily getting themselves ready. So what happens with the lead up to the show? I know that we've got one of the most seasoned professionals that Sydney's ever produced. I want to hear just from you what you think about this next production. How's it all coming along?
Γιάννης Ταβίσκας, ένα από τα παλιότερα μέλη εδώ του συλλόγου. Βοηθάω όσο μπορώ και νομίζω ας πούμε ότι η μεγάλη προσπάθεια που κάνουμε και η καθοδήγηση του Σταύρου του Οικονομίδη και η αδερφική συνεργασία που έχουμε όλοι μας έχει κάνει να έχουμε ένα θίασο που είμαστε περήφανοι για αυτό που κάνουμε και ο κόσμος απ' έξω χαίρεται και έρχεται μας βλέπει.
The play is extremely hilarious, witty, and because we've talked about the Greek language, can I just add that I never learnt to read and write Greek, even though I'm from Greek heritage, and always have loved being on stage and doing plays, though in English, and it has been amazing in allowing my Greek language to grow, and being here, Hellenic Art Theatre, in the most supportive group, you do feel like it's a family.
So I've got a very small part. I'm the police warden in this one. There's a police station scene. I don't want to give away too much because I think a lot of people would like to come and see it and see what happens. But as far as how it's going, I think what Stavro and Evelyn and Melpo said, the love of the theatre is just that it's what makes us want to make it work.
Ο ρόλος μου είμαι ο Αντώνης, ο κλέφτης. Και εντάξει, είναι ένας ιδιαίτερος χαρακτήρας, λίγο σαν πολιτικός αντεβάς. Να μην πάρω τέτοια ντροπή, αλλά θυμίζει λίγο το κουστούμι, εντάξει, θα το δείτε κι εσείς.
Looking forward to it.
We're very lucky to have come across Leonida, who found us. He's recently arrived here from Cyprus, studied drama in Greece and Cyprus, and is from a very respected Satiriko Theatro, which is in Cyprus. It is the main theatre company of Cyprus. So we're so thrilled to have him
The pressure's on
among our team. Oh, he's great.
And last but not least, I always see you laughing, even if there's drama.
Εγώ είμαι ο Τιμολέων. That's my character. Είμαι very honest, αλλά ξέρεις είμαι very weak. Πρέπει να πιω κρασί για να κάνω encourage τον εαυτό μου και να αρχίσω να λέω ότι βρωμιές και απατεωνιές βρίσκω. 10 glasses for wine and you're right. If we're talking about ouzo, 6, more than perfect.
As long as it's ouzo mytilene, you can have as many as you want.
Αυτό το έργο είναι μια δοκιμασμένη παλιά κομμωδία που άρεσε από τότε που παίχτηκε και τώρα είναι πιο σωστή στην τωρινή μας εποχή, πιο επίκαιρο, ακριβώς τη λέξη αυτή, ναι. Είναι πιο επίκαιρο στην εποχή μας και όλοι οι ηθοποιοί είναι στο ρόλο τους απίθανοι. Ένα σκηνικό απίθανο, δηλαδή ο κόσμος θα τα απολαύσει περισσότερο από κάθε άλλη φορά.
Hellenic Art Theatre, it's been fantastic to see you all again and to be at your venue. Look forward to seeing you all and to making us all laugh.
Thanks for coming out, and we'll see you at the theatre. Thank you.
Welcome to Meraki TV Kids Corner. Σήμερα θα φτιάξουμε Nutella Scrolls. All you need is Nutella and pastry, cutting boards, knives and baking paper. Step 1. Get a piece of your puff pastry. Cut it in half. Next, you get some Nutella out and spread it all over the pastry, like so. I'm a professional like this. I've studied Nutella school. So now we just roll it up. And now we cut the rolling slices. Line your tray with baking paper. Now put your scrolls separately apart on the tray. Now it's time to put them in the oven. Now it's time to eat them! Thank you for watching Meraki TV Kids Corner!
The word fate is one that haunts us all. Synonymous at times with destiny, the ancient Greeks believed that this integral part of all human life was governed by three sisters. Intriguing, no? Let's find out more.
The Fates. The Fates, or the Mirei, as they were called in Greek, are three old women in Greek mythology who are charged with the destinies of all living beings, including heroes and heroines, and these destinies were represented by a string. The three Mirei were Glotho, meaning spinner, Lachesis, meaning apportioner of lots, and Atropos, meaning she who cannot be turned. Glotho would spin the string that represented the life of a human. Lachesis would measure its length to determine the length of their life. And Atropos, the eldest, would cut it when the time was right, thus ending that being's life. It was believed that the fates would appear within 3 days of someone's birth to decide their fate, and so their companion was Ilithia, the goddess of childbirth. The goddesses were often depicted as ugly, elderly women who bore stern looks on their faces. Glotho always carrying a spindle to spin the string. Lachesis, a staff that she used to point to a horoscope on a globe, and Atropos carried several things, including a sundial and a cutting instrument to cut the length of each individual's life. The Mirae system was very rigid and could not be cheated or changed, except for once, when they were deceived by none other than Apollo. Upon learning that Admetus, his favourite, was destined to die, Apollo got the fates drunk and persuaded them to spare Admetus's life if he was able to find a substitute. A mission, though, in which he was unsuccessful. However, Admetus's wife, Alcestis, ever the epitome of faithfulness and love, voluntarily stepped forth and ultimately saved her husband's life.
Thank you very much, Anna. Everybody, welcome to my cuisina, okay? There's something that I absolutely love in this world, and that is sharing food recipes, whether it's savory or sweet, with all of you at home so that you guys can try them. To me, food is a vehicle that keeps families together. Whether it's happy or sad times, it's always there. And today, I'm gonna share a magnificent recipe with you, and it is gonna be a traditional dessert that we call, yes, Galaktoboureko. And we're going to start off with a syrup. For a syrup for a Galaktoboureko, before we go ahead, let me just explain that if you want this recipe, go to the Meraki TV website. The recipe is going to be posted on there. We've got 3 cups of sugar, which we pour into a saucepan, 3 cups of water. Then we squeeze that little bit of lemon in there, touch of vanilla extract. We give it a stir to dissolve, and then we put it on a medium heat, bring it to a boil and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Then we switch it off and the Galaktoboureko syrup is ready. Now for the Galaktoboureko, something that you obviously need as well is a bit of butter for the layering of the filo pastry. Now for the custard, what we're going to do, we have 1 cup of semolina, 1 cup of sugar. In the recipe, all right, you leave 1 cup of milk aside out of the 2 litres. So you put approximately a cup of milk into that mix over here. This is for your semolina mix, okay? The rest of the milk you pour into your saucepan. Then we have our 3 eggs that we add into the semolina mix. We give it a bit of a mix so we can make that consistent. And I'm gonna add a touch of that vanilla extract in there as well. What we want to do is take the remainder of the milk over onto the stove. We've now got the milk on the medium heat and we want to warm that up. In the meantime, I've just turned down my syrup. It's simmering beautifully, and we're going to switch that siropi off after 15 minutes of simmering, and that's ready to go. Now the gala's warmed up, and where I'm stirring little circles, I pour it onto that spot, and then you start stirring. Once that has mixed consistently, which it has, then I go over with a kutala. Keep stirring, don't stop stirring, because then it could lump up, all right? It could vogliasi for you. The trigger for you to switch that off is when it comes to a boil. That is the best smell ever, ever. Get a deep baking tray, okay? You notice over here I've got a beautiful pastry brush that I was bouillatissing the, no it's not. It's actually a good quality paintbrush, and the reason I use these as pastry brushes is it's a bit broader, but also I buy a good quality paintbrush so that the bristles I don't lose the bristles. Butter the base of our tin, then we start the layering process. Halfway out, and then I dab a touch of butter, front, back, side, side. What we want to do is do about three of each side. Then I will give a base, give it a little bit of butter, and I'm going to give it one more base yato kalo. That is an absolutely gorgeous custard. Pour this into here, and then we start folding in. What we do is grab a knife. We'll just do a couple of holes here. Then we get ourselves the filler pastry. There's got some left over. We go to the edge. I butter it, and I want to put one more layer of filler pastry on top. You can put 2 or 3 layers of filler pastry on top, depending how flaky you want it. Now we want to score it. I don't cut it deep, the Galaktoboureko, because then the custard sort of oozes out. If you love the crispy top, wet your hand, flick a bit of water over the top. That is going to give you a crispy finish to the filler pastry. Here we go, the Galaktoboureko straight out of the oven. Here we have the soropi. The Galaktoboureko has been sitting out for 5 minutes, so it's been sitting out hexethimani. Put a good 4 ladles over the top. The Galaktoboureko is not going to absorb the syrup as such. Like a baklava, it absorbs it and retains the syrup. This one here has the syrup on the outside, and when you cut, the syrup just simply complements the beautiful custard with the filler pastry. Ground cinnamon with the Galaktoboureko. Fresh Galaktoboureko. Do it. I promise you, you will not regret it. Do it for your family's sake. Let's just grab a komataki there. Kali όρεξη, let's try this baby.
You cannot say that you've been to Greece without a visit to the Acropolis. It's our version of the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, except with a lot more history. Tonight on our travel segment, we explore its wonders and delights.
The Acropolis. A visit to Athens is in absolute terms incomplete without a visit to the Acropolis. Literally meaning high city, the Acropolis sits approximately 150 metres above the main city of Athens. It is the perfect feature, instantly announcing to all newcomers that they have arrived to a place that is steeped in history. And more than that, history so groundbreaking that more than 3,000 years later is still influencing major decision-making in the modern world. A temple has existed on this hill all the way back to the Bronze Age, circa 3000 BC. However, it was under the rule of Pericles, 460 BC, that the Acropolis reached its golden age. Walking amongst all these ruins, you begin to question, just how was it accomplished? There is an aesthetic here that reeks of Meraki, from the smallest detail to the largest. This place was built with love, pride, and passion. As you walk through here, you wonder about the unsolved mysteries that relate to this civilization and how they managed to build something so overwhelming. And if you are of Greek descent, an unexpected pride wells up inside and just simply overwhelms. We all know of the outrage of the Parthenon marbles that were stolen, but when you walk through these remains, the injustice becomes real and overwhelming. You can literally see the open wounds and almost hear an ancient cry of torment. On a happy note though, if you plan enough in advance, you might be able to scoop a performance at the indelible Herodian Theatre here at the Acropolis. In its modern day reopening, it has been host to amazing names such as Nana Mouskouri, Frank Sinatra and Pavarotti. Listening and watching amazing talent here in this ancient arena under the Athens night sky is nothing short of magical. If you still have some energy left after the hike up and down the 150 metre tall hill, try and time a changing of the guard at the Greek Parliament. The Tsoliades or Evzones are the pride of the Greek army. Their main duty is to guard the tomb of the unknown soldier and the presidential mansion. To gain their post, they have to meet the highest standards. Literally. You must be over 187 centimetres tall to even apply. The Evsones are deeply respected by Greeks who for them represent all who gave their lives for freedom.
Our very own Yana has more talents than we'd care to count. When she's not digging up dirt on all your favourite stars, she's cooking up a decadent storm at Sister Sweets. Anna Savo heard the word sugar and instantly ran to find out more.
Hi Yana.
Hi Anna, welcome to my kitchen.
I love it. I can see you're very busy here. I have to firstly ask you, what is Sister Sweets?
Well, Sister Sweets, basically, it says it in the name. It's something to do with myself and my sister that we started together. And basically we thought we'll put both of our passions together. I love to cook and do some baking, and my sister loves designing. So we thought we would put that together and see what we can do. And we've finally done something, and it's just growing really well.
I know Mother's Day went gangbusters. They were beautiful boxes. For our viewers who didn't see them, tell us what was in these boxes.
So in these boxes, there was cupcakes, there was either cookies, and there was a scented candle inside. And basically, I launched this with one of my friends, and her business is called Sweet Scents by Sian, and she does the candles herself. And we thought, what a good way for Mother's Day to give some sweets and some scented candles, and it really just hit off. We weren't expecting any orders, and honestly, every day we were just getting orders, and we were just amazed at the end result.
And I know in order to get all those orders out, you had to enroll the help of your poor fiancé.
Yes, he was our little production manager. He was preparing all the boxes, the whole system to it, getting all of us family on the road. We had 4 drivers on the road. Wow. And he was just managing everyone.
And I see you're starting to prepare now for Christmas. So what have we got here?
Yes, so here we have the traditional melomakarona. Yum. So I am going to put some honey on top of it.
So good.
And we also top it off with some walnuts, which gives it extra flavour and crunch.
These look like my yaya's. Is there a secret recipe?
It's my yaya's recipe, but it's actually her mother's recipe, so it's just been brought down by generations and generations. But my yaya, she also helps me with my orders. So when I have too many orders making melomakarona or curambiedes, she's my extra helping hand, and I wouldn't be able to do it without her. And obviously I've got my mum helping me too. We're all packing everything, putting things together.
True Greek family business.
Yes.
So it's not just Mother's Day, Christmas, Easter that you do. I've seen some christening cakes and some birthday cakes. Tell us a little bit about that aspect.
I do custom cakes, I do custom cookies, anything you want, from weddings to christenings, birthday parties.
Does that mean that you actually do bubunieres and stuff like that?
Yes, we do bubunieres. So we can either do a custom cookie and we can have the buffeta around it. And we also do bubunieres that are cupcakes, and there's gufeta around it as well. Or even macaroons. These are something new that people are asking for these days.
That's fantastic. So for Christmas now this year,
so we've got this traditional Greek plate filled with melomakarona and curambiedes.
And a little bit of Ferrero Rocher.
Yes, just to give it a bit of colour to the plate.
Fantastic. And can I call you, pay into your account and say, I need you to deliver this to my Thea Georgia, who, because of COVID laws at the moment, we're trying to sort of stay away from our elderly as much as we can. Can I send my Thea or my Yaya a Christmas plate with curambiedes and melomakarona?
Yes, of course you can. All you have to do is either send me an email or send me a message through Instagram or Facebook, and we can sort everything out from there.
Oh, fantastic. I love that idea. Yeah. Now I'm very excited because you are going to give one of these special plates away to one of our lucky viewers. We've got a competition happening. Tell us about that.
Everything will be posted on Meraki TV social media and Sister Sweet Sydney, and it's really easy. All you have to do is tag a few friends, like and share, and you'll be in the draw to win this beautiful Greek plate.
I think it's fabulous. I can see here we've got some goudabiedis that need to be iced as well. So while everyone gets tagging, I'm gonna get Yana to ice these goudabiedis and have a little snack. Thank you for being here today, Yana.
Thank you for having me.
And that's a wrap. Thank you all for joining me again tonight. I hope you enjoyed our show as much as I have. Don't forget to download our app to stay up to date and follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Until next time, I'm Dimitra Sieli. Kalinita.